coming up on the October 28th edition of Sports Extra. The football team finally delivered a beatdown in Kenan Stadium. We'll look at how the guys got their first win in almost 2 months.
And we've seen their ball handling skills, but what about their dance moves? We take you behind the scenes to Late Night with Roy rehearsals.
And breakfast in the Dean Dome, anybody? We look at how Coach Roy Williams is helping the fight against cancer. All that and more, Sports Extra starts
right now.
From the University of North Carolina School of Journalism and Mass Communication, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
A football victory, Late Night with Roy. It wasn't a bad weekend for Tar Heel sports fans. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Georgia Walker.
And I'm Madison Way. It seems like every fall Tar Heel team was in action this weekend, and nearly every one of them won. They finally did it. For the first time since September 7th, the football team pulled out a win, and in a pretty impressive fashion. It was Breast Cancer Awareness Day at Kenan, with nearly everyone decked out in pink. The Heels got off to a fast start after recovering this fumble from Boston College's second offensive play, followed by a Bryn Renner touchdown strike to freshman Ryan Switzer. After a long touchdown run by BC running back Andre Williams, freshman wide receiver Bug Howard caught back-to-back touchdown passes, one from Renner and one from Marquise Williams. Williams added one more touchdown on the ground to put the Eagles away with a final score 34-10. The QB says it's great to get back in the win column.
Oh man, it feels awesome. It feels great. I mean, it's about time we got a win. You know, we've been struggling for the past, past month, to be honest, and it just feels good. You know, we feel like we have something to keep feeding off of after a win, and we just got to keep moving on to next week.
Here to break down the win for Carolina is football analyst Luis Fernandez. Luis, how about them Tar Heels?
How about them Tar Heels? They finally got a win. It was crazy. A lot of Tar Heel fans were beginning to forget what that was like. It was an all-around team effort, especially on offense, where the coaches tried to get everyone involved. Everyone got to touch the ball, especially with the ground game. 6 different players had 5 or more carries, including a certain tight end. You know him, you love him, Eric Ebron. He had about 2 carries on the day. Is there anything this guy can't do? 9 different players also had a catch during the game, including the TJs, TJ Thorpe and TJ Logan. The offense moved methodically down the field, getting first down after first down with 44 rushing attempts. Talk about a ground and pound style offense. Third down conversions were also key. The offense converted 50% of them. The quarterback by committee offensive concept continued against BC, and it's pretty effective. Renner is still the starter, and deservedly so. He completed about 86% of his passes for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a really good day by Renner, one of his best in his career. Marquise Williams also had a great day, though, passing the ball. He was 4 for 8 for 55 yards and 1 touchdown. Where he really made a difference, though, was in the run game. He was the leading rusher with 55 yards and 1 touchdown. What's important is if Marquise can continue to pass well, it will really confuse defenses and force them to change their defensive schemes.
So, Luis, do we have a quarterback controversy brewing?
I'm not sure. Let's ask Marquise Williams.
I'm not trying to step on Bryn's toes because, like I tell, week in, week out, this is Bryn's team, and I'm behind Bryn 100%. And, you know, when it's my time to go, I have to be ready to go.
Look, Tar Heel fans, listen to me. There is no controversy. Both guys just want to win. A unit that has been controversial in the past played very well this weekend, though. The defense played an excellent game, holding BC to 261 yards in total offense. Except for that big run in the first quarter, they didn't allow any big plays. What was really impressive, though, was that BC's passing attack was held to 59 yards. It was because of a good combination of secondary play and defensive line pressure, including this guy right here, number 95, Kareem Martin, who had 2 sacks on the day. The safeties played a great game as well, keeping everything in front of them and only allowing short passes. That's something that leads to good days by defenses. And it's not too early to look at future Tar Heel football players, right? Northside High School senior Josh Cabrera is a young man in motion, making plays for the Monarchs on the football field. And next year, he hopes to make a name for himself with the Tar Heels. Carly Swanson has the story.
On the football field, Northside High's Josh Cabrera wears many hats for the Monarchs.
The best receiver that I've coached. You know, I've had some different position players, but he's up there, and he's obviously a talent, D1 talent.
And it takes talent. Played wide receiver on offense, cornerback on defense, and to handle punt and kick returns.
I feel honored. I feel like that you actually have to put in work to get awards. So
Trying his best and working hard to reap the benefits.
I feel I'm doing all I can right now. And when Coach puts me in a position, I just do whatever he wants me to do and try my best.
And now Cabrera has the opportunity to shine with the Heels.
I felt like it was a great program to go into. I like the coaching staff and all the organization. Everyone around the team, they're very supportive, and I just felt like home there.
In his current home, Northside will miss him next year.
Just a great human being. I would love to say that he is my child, because to me, all of them are mine, but I'm so proud of him and I'm so proud of his accomplishment.
Next year, he's hoping to build upon those accomplishments with the Heels to become the person and athlete he wants to be.
I just want to continue what I've been doing and actually get better at what I've been doing.
And Heels fans are all for that. I'm Carly Swanson reporting.
I will definitely look for Cabrera next season on the gridiron.
And we'll all keep an eye out for continued success for Tar Heels as they face NC State next weekend. Thank you for joining us, Lewis. We all know music can pump up a crowd, and UNC football is taking it to a whole new level.
Susanna Black introduces us to the master of music in Kenan Stadium.
There's something new going on in Kenan Stadium this football season, and it's not the new uniforms. His name is DJ Forge.
I started when I was in school, in college. My roommate brought back a turntable from spring break from his parents' attic. Just kind of started playing around with it one day, and kind of fell in love with scratching and the sounds that it made.
After DJing for only a short time, Forge found himself opening up for big names, including Jay-Z and Trey Songz. However, no gig could prepare the DJ for what he calls his biggest accomplishment yet, being named the official DJ of Carolina football.
Attaching my name to this organization and being on more or less a world stage, because, you know, Carolina football and Carolina athletics in general is something that gets attention from the world, and I'm just happy to be a part of that.
Tar Heel head coach Larry Fedora agrees that DJ Forge is a welcome addition.
My son was in town for this last game, and he said, Dad, I don't know about anything else, but the DJ down there in the tar pit, that was really cool. He said, y'all are doing it right. So I hope the students are enjoying that.
If you're looking for the entertainer, he's front and center during pregame to give the players the energy they need, but it might be hard to find him later on. Before the game has even begun, officials whisk him up to the press box to continue spinning tunes to keep fans pumped up throughout the game.
I think the students are, enjoying it, and that's what it's about. It's about them having a good time and them being loud, and obnoxious and getting after the other team.
No matter the fate of the Tar Heel football team this season, Forge plans to stay a part of the Carolina community he has grown to love, and it seems the feeling is mutual. Reporting from Chapel Hill, I'm Susanna Black.
You can also catch DJ Forge at Top of the Hill after every home football game. This year marks Roy Williams' 10th season as head coach of the men's basketball team.
Which pretty much means nearly a decade of late-night dancing. Janelle Davis has that report.
How does the basketball team get late night ready? Well, that requires practice. A lot of practice. The basketball team had 4 practices in the week leading up to the big reveal. The UNC dance team choreographed the moves and taught the team.
You don't expect them. They're all basketball players, but they can dance.
The hardest move to master? The back roll.
When we come up with new tricks and flips and stuff, sometimes they're hesitant, but once they get it, they're good to go.
After practices, rehearsals, and uniform prep, it was time to tear up the dance floor. The scrimmage stat revealed who's the best shooter on the team, but who's the best dancer? That's a lot more subjective.
Definitely just trying not to embarrass my teammates. I'm by far the best dancer on this team. Guys like PJ Harrison, they have a lot to learn. He's been here 3 years. He still has a lot of room to improve.
Probably PJ or Les had the best moves on the team.
There's one thing all fans can agree on. These players should stick with basketball. Reporting in Chapel Hill, I'm Janelle Davis.
The basketball team wasn't just practicing dance moves behind closed doors. The Heels have also had 18 private practices, but that secrecy ended Friday night. Tar Heel fans finally had the chance to see this year's squad in action. Ramses, cheerleaders, and of course, some players. The Dean Dome was packed for the basketball season kickoff. Coach Williams celebrated his 10th season with the Tar Heels with his grandkids by his side, and in classic late-night fashion, he danced a little bit too. The event also honored 3 UNC national championship teams: women's lacrosse, women's indoor tennis, and women's soccer. The women's basketball team was also featured at late night, and the players wore shirts in honor of Sylvia Hatchell. Who else was in the building? 2005 men's basketball national champion Sean May. But ultimately, it was the men's basketball team that brought the Dean Dome to its feet. One by one, the team came out, including PJ Hairston, who made his first public appearance in a UNC uniform since his indefinite suspension. Coach Williams was happy the Carolina community welcomed Hairston.
I think it was something that he probably appreciated. I did too. He's had a tough time. Majority of it caused by himself, but he still has had a tough time. And I liked the way he just came out and waved at everybody and touched his heart.
But Hairston did a lot more than wave to a supportive home crowd. During the 20-minute blue versus white scrimmage, Hairston sank 4 threes like this one. The sharpshooter led the blue team with 20 points, and the scrimmage had fans pumped for the upcoming season. You might think UNC was guaranteed to have one loss after the blue against white matchup, but with seconds remaining, Marcus Page hit this running jump shot, tying the game 50-50. Freshman Kennedy Meeks tallied 16 points and 12 rebounds, but the number Coach Williams was most proud to announce: 30, the amount of weight he has lost during the preseason. Also impressive, sophomore forwards Bryce Johnson and Joel James, who tallied 10 points each, and Leslie McDonald scored 12 points, including this dunk.
McDonald and Hairston might have made news on the court, but it's their off-court behavior that has both of them in the hot seat and potentially on the bench. We still don't know if Hairston will play in the team's exhibition game this weekend. Coach Williams suspended him during the summer after a handful of run-ins with law enforcement. Senior guard Leslie McDonald's role on the team is in question after a company used him to promote a mouth guard. Williams announced for the first time on Friday that he's talking with the NCAA about the matter. Also, JP Tokoto will sit out the first exhibition game following his participation in non-sanctioned Summer League games in Milwaukee. Tiger Roar, not on Fetzer Field.
We look at how UNC sent the Clemson Tigers home with their tails between their legs.
Connect with us online by liking the Sports Extra Facebook page and following us on Twitter @SportsExtra_UNC.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
After injuries took several Tar Heels off the field and star forward Crystal Dunn left for a brief stint with the national team, the entire women's soccer team came together for a Carolina victory on Thursday night.
You know what, Georgia, having the entire team definitely made a difference. The Heels crushed the Clemson Tigers 2-0 for the team's 8th ACC win. Summer Green scored this early goal to give the Heels a 1-0 lead. The Heels had 7 more shots during the first half, but were unable to capitalize on any of them. The team hung on to the vulnerable 1-goal lead most of the game. Clemson had several close attempts, including this free kick at the top of the box. But ultimately, it was Carolina that found the net in the 79th minute to seal the deal. Carolina's famous duo pulled through again. Dunn centered the ball to Kelia Ohai, who redirected it to the right post. Dunn said it was a very physical game.
I mean, we take some hits, they take some hits. I think that's what makes the sport great. I mean, it's competitive, and you're never going to get an easy path to the goal. And I think for girls to be hitting me is just allowing me to develop as a player.
This win solidified the team's 4th place slot in the ACC standings. UNC then took down Wake Forest and Winston-Salem 2-1 in overtime Sunday. The Tar Heels have only had one regular season game left. Next on their plate, a home game against Duke on Halloween, but shouldn't be too scary for the Heels. Carolina holds a 35-2-1 all-time record against Duke.
So what about UNC's record against Clemson? That's this week's hidden stat. Last year, Clemson scraped up only one ACC victory, and that win came on the team's senior night when the Tigers defeated the NC State Wolfpack. This season, the Tigers have tallied 7 wins, 4 in the ACC. Coach Anson Dorrance said this is the biggest improvement he has ever seen with the team. Head-to-head, UNC is 26-1 against the Tigers. That one loss comes from the 2000 season.
The number 14 volleyball Heels clashed with Maryland Friday at their home away from home, the Dean Smith Center, in front of a crowd of 15,000. The Heels struggled against the Terps in the first set, losing 25-21, but they rallied back to dominate the second set 25-13. They eventually won the match in 5 sets. Carolina had 67 kills compared to Maryland's 52, but the Terps had twice as many blocks as the Heels to keep the competition close. Number 1 Kayla Behringer finished off the Terps with an emphatic spike that got the crowd pumped and ready for late night with Roy. The Heels returned to Carmichael Sunday to take on Pittsburgh in an attempt to extend their winning streak to 3. UNC came out strong, winning the first set, but soon lost momentum, making a game-high 6 errors, allowing Pitt to take the second set. The team returned with a much higher energy after halftime, winning the remainder of the match with the help of middle blocker Victoria McPherson and outside hitter Jovana Bielica. Their next match will be on Friday against Florida State.
Now that basketball season is underway, the women's basketball team is back at work. Paige Comparado joins us live at Carmichael Arena with an update about Coach Sylvia Hatchell.
Thanks, Georgia. Coach Sylvia Hatchell is receiving treatment at the UNC Lineberger Cancer Center, but she's staying active on campus through technology. She is getting footage from team's practice in the hospital, and she is tweeting updates about her health. This past Friday, she taped a message that aired right before her team took the court at Late Night with Roy. Part of that message said that she wanted the fans in the Smith Center to be so loud that she could hear them from the Lineberger Center. The center also sponsored an event that I was able to attend last Friday, and that was Roy Williams' 9th annual Fast Break Against Cancer event.
Tables were set up on the Dean Dome floor only hours before Late Night with Roy on Friday for a different but special kickoff to basketball season. Coach Williams held his 9th annual Fast Break Against Cancer breakfast and live auction to benefit cancer research, prevention, and treatment. It was an idea he came up with himself because he lost both of his parents to the disease. Former head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers and NC State football alum Bill Cowher was the headline speaker for the event. He spoke from his heart, telling stories about his family's struggle when his wife lost her battle with melanoma, beginning when they found a tumor in her chest they believed to be benign at first. Coach Williams asked that all cancer survivors in the room stand up to be recognized. He pointed out 3 special survivors by name, including high school senior Will Zimmerman from Gibbonsville.
It means a lot. It's awesome just to see how much they care about it and give their time, because I know it's very precious to them.
How did Roy find the young fighter?
Well, I was actually at Duke. That's where I had my bone marrow transplant. 3 of the Carolina players actually came to see me, which is really nice.
The chance to experience what it's like to be a Tar Heel basketball player for a day brought in the most money.
Guests in attendance also got the opportunity to sign a Get Well card for Coach Hatchell.
All attendees wore orange ribbons for leukemia awareness. Between the auctions, table sponsors, and money raised from attendees, the event brought in more than $150,000.
Since Fast Break Against Cancer started in 2005, it has raised more than $1.4 million for the Lineberger Cancer Center. Back to you, Georgia.
Thanks, Paige. That was Paige Comparado live at Carmichael Arena. Zumba, cardio pump, absolution, sound appealing? Then maybe this UNC class is for you. We show you how your favorite UNC campus rec trainers were well trained.
day across America. Excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So this is my computer.
This is your computer. Let's go on the internet.
Let's go. Click it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cursor in between the R and the E. If I say dot, I want you to just push the period.
She's gonna love me all over again now.
That's it. Jamaica, here you go.
Here we go.
Good job.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And I did it by myself. Feel smarter.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
The women's field hockey team sure had a busy week as the second-ranked Heels played 3 games in 5 days. The Heels defeated Longwood 9-0 in their regular season home finale on Wednesday and then hit the road to take on 4th-ranked UConn on Saturday. The Heels squeaked out a 2-1 win with 2 second-half goals, extending their win streak to 6 games. But they had a quick turnaround and fell to Old Dominion 3-2 on Sunday in overtime.
Let's take a look at a couple other Tar Heel teams in action away from Chapel Hill this weekend. The men's golf team took its first victory of the year with a team score of 5 under par at the Bridgestone Golf Collegiate in Greensboro. Freshman Henry Doe led the Heels with a 2-round score of 139 and earned first place individually. The men's soccer team traveled to Pittsburgh for its last regular season away game and secured a 1-0 win against Pitt, thanks to an early goal from Cooper Vandermoss-Puller. So Georgia, how fast can you run? 7-minute mile, 8-minute mile?
I don't usually time myself, more of a recreational runner, but I'm definitely not as fast as this Tar Heel runner. Evan Badler has the story.
After earning all ACC honors and qualifying for the NCAA Regional Championships in his junior season, Isaac Preston thought his best running was still to come. He proved it on June 1st, running the mile in less than 4 minutes, joining Reggie McAfee and Tony Waldrop as the only Tar Heels to ever reach the milestone.
I think every distance runner, that's kind of always the dream. I mean, no matter how realistic it is. So it's something I've been thinking about since freshman year of high school. Is when it actually happens in reality and you see that Preston flash up on the board with a 3:58 next to it. It was kind of like validation of all the hard work I put in, and it was just as special as I would have hoped it would have been.
Though he had run mile races just off the 4-minute mark before, Preston says there's a noticeable difference now that he's accomplished the feat.
It's just kind of an elite category, and a lot of people come up to me and congratulated me on breaking 4, which no one ever congratulated me on 4 flat. So it's a new category that I'm in. It's just been special.
Cross-country head coach Mark Van Alstyne says Preston, a senior, plays a crucial role for the team both on and off the track.
You know, you have leaders that lead by their words and others that lead by example, and I think he's a good combination of one who can do both.
In addition to being a team leader, Preston has made the ACC Academic Honor Roll twice as a student in the business school. Despite being busy almost year-round, he says running fits his schedule perfectly.
And that's why I like running, is I can come to practice and kind of shut all the academic things down and focus solely on running. I know I'm not wasting time because I'm doing what I need to be doing.
And because of that dedication, his name is now cemented in the UNC history books. Reporting from Chapel Hill, I'm Evan Badler.
Preston is the 3rd Heel to break the 4-minute barrier, and the 18th-ranked Heels run next at the ACC Cross Country Championships on Friday.
They might look like Tar Heels, but it wasn't the UNC swimming and diving team that was doing laps during Sunday's meet. The North Carolina Aquatic Club hosted the mile meet at the Corey Natatorium. The NCAC is a club that offers a year-round program that teaches kids how to swim and develops them from beginners to high-level athletes. The meet offered 3 events, including the 650 meters freestyle, 400-meter individual medley, and the 50-meter freestyle, along with a few relays. Officials didn't keep score.
There are some classes here at Carolina you can teach without a degree. Reporter Delia D'Ambra tells us about the instructors behind the classes that make us break a sweat.
Some students hit the treadmill to stay fit. Some lift weights, but others like to teach. Senior Jordan Gomez is a group fitness instructor for the Student Recreation Center, and her course list is lengthy.
I teach boot camp styles like the specialty fitness classes, cardio interval training, muscle cut, lower body conditioning, absolution.
Learning how to master all those formats takes work, though. UNC Campus Recreation requires its more than 50 group instructors to attend training sessions at the beginning of each semester that teach them the fitness basics.
Anatomy, physiology, nutrition, and then kind of going into like what you need, like the skills that you need to teach group fitness.
Cueing, music selection, and how to interact with participants are all important skills to perfect, something Walls knows is beneficial in the long run.
We give them the experience so that when they graduate, they can go out and teach at other health and fitness clubs.
Career experience is exactly what Gomez wanted when she transferred to UNC 2 years ago.
I thought it was a good way to get involved, and my major is exercise and sports science, so it definitely aligned with things that I love.
Doing what she loves requires carefully balancing academics, work, and social activities. But Gomez has found a way of managing it all.
I use it more as a stress reliever for myself because there can be so much going on with school, midterm, just a ton of different stuff with extracurriculars.
De-stressing and making sure her participants achieve their goals is important to Gomez, and working it into their busy student schedules. Reporting in Chapel Hill, I'm Delia D'Ambra.
Campus Recreation offers more than 20 different group fitness classes during the week at both the SRC and Rams Head Gym. They're in the ring and ready to rumble.
We show you what these boxers were up to in the Great Hall when Sports Extra returns.
Don't forget to tune in to our sister shows, Carolina Week at 5 p.m. every Wednesday on Time Warner 24 or Campus Channel 34, and Carolina Connection at 8:30 every Saturday morning on WCHL 97.9 FM.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
A full life measured in seats starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
We've told you about Carolina boxing, and now the club's back in action.
Carolina Boxing held its first boxing showcase in recent history Saturday in the Great Hall in the Union, and the Tar Heels didn't disappoint. Teams came from across the region to put it all on the line in the ring, including Syracuse, ECU, Maryland, and Wake Forest. There were 9 bouts with Carolina boxers competing in 6 of them. Oh my gosh. 4 of those boxers were in their first matches ever. UNC won 4 of its 6 matches, including wins by junior Michelle Kern and senior Zach Heidery.
The football team faces NC State this weekend, which brings up the age-old question, is State really UNC's rival?
It's sort of a thing that State fans make up. Duke's definitely our big rivalry.
I mean, it could happen, but it's not right now, not at this moment.
I think there's some serious tension between us, but no, not an actual rivalry.
I think the UNC-NC State rivalry doesn't exist, to be honest.
Like, they're really angry for some reason. They try too hard, and it's kind of sad.
Duke is our rival. NC State, Not so much.
We win every time. Like, we're better. It's fine.
Run, Gio, run.
That does it for this edition of Sports Extra.
Thanks for watching and good night.